Hi guys, Glasgow here once again. Welcome back to my channel. And in this video, we're going to talk about Ghost Adventures, their episode with the Sallie house. Now I know it happened a couple of seasons ago. I just happened to see it. I had recorded it a few weeks back. Got a chance to see it. Seen it again this morning. For those of you who don't know, the Sallie house is reported to be a very good haunted spot. It's been haunted by a little girl that scratches people. I first seen this, knew about the Sallie house back in the early 90s when a show called Sightings was on. And they had that psychic, John something. I can't remember that. John, it starts with an S as the last name. Anyway, so that's when I became aware of it, and when I seen they had this, I watched it. And it was pretty good. Now, going on the premise that if you watched one of my previous videos about, you know that I believe in the paranormal. The reasons I do, the reasons are in that video. So I want to talk about that episode. And also again, in another video I talked about, reality television, about how it's not always real. And that a lot of time it's scripted. So, but on this one we're going to bypass the scripted stuff. We'll go on the premise that everything on the show here in this episode is real. And we're going to go on with that. Just so you all know that some of it back on mine is, I don't always get taken in by some of the stuff, but I need to keep going on with the video while I explain what I find real and unreal. So, in this episode, they go to the Sallie house many years after this couple who was in Sightings owned it. It was a husband and wife, and the guy, even during the Sightings, was the one who always got the torment from the spirit of Sallie. So he's the one who always got scratched up. He's the one who usually got punished for anything wrong in the house. He usually got the blunt of the reaction from the ghost. So they found these people who had moved out. They moved out. Smart on them. Took them a while, but they finally moved out. And we're talking to them. Guess to come to find out, the woman after them bought it and did satanic sacrifices in the basement. People and their Satan worship into a ghostly house. That is not a good combination. So, evidently there was a pentagram down below in this basement. And it's been covered up and all that. Anyway. So they go back, find this couple, they talk about all their problems they had, and that's when you found out a lot about him getting scratched up all the time. So they go to their lockdown, and the couple shows up after an invitation if they would come in with them. And so they go and they start coming in, and then only to find out that the Ghost Adventures crew had brought in a psychic medium who was a young girl, and they're hoping to draw the spirit out of the little girl with a younger medium as a psychic. I have no problem with the idea. I have a problem with what happened after. If you are going, and this is to anyone who wants to go on a ghost investigation out there, and anyone in the future who is a psychic or a medium, whichever you want to call yourselves, there's different names for them. They're almost all the same. I don't care what they say to try and differentiate themselves. Some psychics can see the future, some just get feelings, some can see interdimensionally. I'll go in that in another video. I don't want to waste the time on this video with that. But here's a warning to any investigator and any psychics out there who may be watching this, do not get an unprepared psychic going into a house with known spiritual violence. And by unprepared, I'm not just saying it's because she was a young girl. Any psychic able person, whether they know they're psychic or not, is in danger of being overwhelmed by spirits, especially if they don't know how to control their abilities. If they don't know how to be aware to shut off their abilities, to block out the assaults, if they do not know how to handle a spirit forcefully, they can get in trouble. They become the sole target, as we've seen in this episode. And I've seen in other episodes of other shows, but I want to concentrate on this one. Not only did this young psychic become a target, but the male, when he came back, became a target yet once again. The reason I believe is when the psychic became a target is that the psychic can inform them of what I consider a spirit/demon poltergeist was blocking out against the guy. So once she get through her, the psychic, she can concentrate on the guy, because the psychic was actually telling him already that the spirit was wanting him to go back in these places. And tell you what episode this was in case you want to see the episode. It was a good episode. Let me get my glasses back on. While I'm talking about it, I'll look it up here. So the reason I say this is for anyone in the future who wants to do something like that, because this is dangerous to the psychic as well as whoever's there. And when you're in a poltergeist situation, you already got one attacking, and you're going to piss it off even more, you're opening up to trouble. The episode is Season 10, Episode 6, Sallie House. So if you ever want to check it out, go for it. Because you put these psychics in danger. And some psychics are scared to come out as it is, because they're seen as jokes and laughingstocks. Some are afraid to even develop their powers. And when you don't have a psychic develop their power properly to defend themselves, they become an open target. Fortunately, the girl wasn't there very long. She gave what she knew, kind of honest, and then she left. You can see she was very unprepared. I don't think she's prepared to combat the forces there, which leads me to believe that Sallie is not a female spirit, but a demon. Demons are very love trickery. They will present themselves of something else, a female, usually a female or even a child, but normally a child. And it's to get into your confidence, make you think it's a child. And when you're not, and we got all this gun, it's got your defenses are down, it goes after you. So, and knowing that it's already fooled at least 2 psychics, and thinking it's a girl, we can determine that this is a very powerful entity. Or it could be a girl, but she's just very fucking mean. They also discovered down there that some people find there's a hole inside the wall into an underground section of the foundation, the building foundation. And they get some weird vibes in there. Well, it's probably a fucking portal. See, here's where, like I said about tech, they have all this new tech going on, and their tech continues to either fail or not work. And they don't take all the old equipment that was always proven positive, and so they miss out on a lot of shit. Like when Zach was going up the damn stairs, his camera failed. His new Spectrum camera, like the 3D, the Kinect-based camera system, failed on him. And this has a tendency to fail and freeze and lock up. And that's why I'm not a big fan of it. And they're catching a lot of stuff. But it didn't get recorded because all their shit got failed. Because they had some that major failure, and then they had to fall back and go to a lone single camera, and then back to the normal night vision. There's a few other things that went on that I found interesting. Now, I would encourage you to watch the series. they had one of their guys get scratched. They tried a new form of communication. Didn't quite work in my opinion. It's too random. Didn't quite make a lot of sense. So I can't quite consider that a solid trial. It's going to need some more work. In fact, I don't think I've seen that technology since. They may have decided to scrap it. But it's pretty good. It brought back the took me back to my younger youth, back in the 90s, and the sighting show with what they did. But it's pretty good. I would watch it. I'd encourage you to watch Ghost Adventures. They're pretty good. There's another one I'm going to probably come up and review. They did here this past Halloween. And where it's Route 666, where they go around a bunch of places on a highway. A lot of haunted places. Catch a lot of good things. But I'm going to save that for another video. I'm trying to keep this kind of short. I'm going to go to some other videos on the paranormal and stuff. Check those out. Like, comment, and subscribe down below. Give me some comments what you think. If you've seen the episode, tell me what you think. Did you like it? Did you find some other things they need to do? Until then, you guys take care, and I will see you next time.